Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still here after all these years, after all these tears I shed. I'm still here and I'm walking this earth like I should be. There was days that I didn't know if I would be. Yeah, yeah. Now I stand tall with my feet in the ground and my head in the clouds. 'Cause I'm still here like I should be. Yeah, yeah, like I knew that I could be. Here we go, here we go. I'm still here. I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this thing on? Do you remember podcasting?
I don't. You kicked me off, and I didn't know if I was going to get invited back. So
Oh, now you're so busy. It's hard to get you back.
I don't know.
Welcome back. I'm still here. Turns out
Yeah,
we are.
we're still here. Or
We
she
are
is.
still here. Barely hanging on some days, but we're still here. Yeah, I feel like I've had a few challenges in the end of. I feel like the whole summer I didn't feel great, but
You did.
which is such a bummer because I love summer. But I started with a sinus infection and it wouldn't go away. And we hopped into shingles and my first time ever testing positive for COVID, which he thinks is BS. But anyway, the upside is that September, I have a lot of appointments in September. So I'm meeting with an allergist soon and I have my regular PET scan and my oncology appointment. And God love my oncologist. She just has to act as my PCP because I do have one, but she just knows me so much better, right? Understands all of the ways that things are interacting, right? From the screwed up sinuses from the ONJ to the medication to the everything.
You don't have a lot of normal stuff.
No.
There's reasons why it might be a sinus infection, but there's reasons because of your past on. Okay, but there's a
Right.
but behind everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to find a way forward for some of this. The allergies, I feel like, are just something I've lived with for so long, but it's also something that affects literally every day of my life and the sleep that I get.
When I first met you, you got an allergy infection.
Yeah, I had a sinus
Yeah, I
surgery
had a
quickly
surgery.
after.
Yep.
Yeah, I've actually had a sinus surgery. I mean, I think it's 3 or 4 times since. And honestly, that's what it seems like sometimes it comes to is like an actual surgery to clear out my sinuses.
Yeah.
So anyway, fun.
Yep.
Again, I sometimes go, I don't know. I think about I'm still here and like life is good, of course, but it's not for the faint of heart to live with all these things.
No.
You know what I mean? And I just sometimes go, oh, suck it up and you shouldn't be tired. You shouldn't be all these things. But it's like there are a lot of underlying issues going on. Sometimes too, I think I need to be a little bit like more forgiving. Like it's okay to give myself some time to work on my health. But
I agree.
anyway.
And also this summer, I think it went well. The interviews of some
Yeah.
pretty awesome women.
Yeah, so I think that was really great. And my plan going forward is that we'll do one survivor story a month. Like we'll feature one person a month. And then we'll probably do a recap of that over the summer next year. I think yeah, you guys, you need to hear about people who are living well with metastatic disease, and sometimes it's not even well, but still making it and going through the ups and downs of it.
And everybody's different in everybody's circumstances. And it's just, you can only speak from your experience. So it
Yes.
is nice. I think that's really nice
Yeah.
because it just brings up different topics that we would never talk about necessarily. And
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll keep your eyes open for people that you guys would want to hear from, and I'll get something set up so that people can. I hate messaging people on Facebook and stuff, so we just need a better path to be able to get people signed up for interviews.
Yeah. And better audio.
and better audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On those interviews.
Yeah.
That's a bummer for some of them. It's just great things, but it's hard to listen to.
I know. Some of that is also that I'm going to have to be a little stricter about what people are talking to me on.
That's what I mean. You do. If you want it to be listenable,
yeah.
in which you do and what they do,
Yeah,
they're spending your time doing this.
I know.
I think and we're learning.
Yeah.
We really shouldn't be learning this much at over 250 episodes, but we are still learning.
The thing is, though, that we've gotten really good at doing episodes ourselves, right? So we can handle the audio in this circumstance. But when we're connecting somebody else who's oftentimes their internet isn't strong enough, things like that, we really need good signals. We need good
even feedback on their end.
Yes.
The microphones.
Yes. Yeah. I've learned over time. No, you can't do it on an iPad and you can't do it. I need you to have headphones in and some things like that.
So the one person we haven't interviewed is you. So that's what we are going to do today.
Wow.
I am going to interview Heather and interview about a little bit because we've spent 250 episodes.
Yeah, we're not quite to 250, but we're really close.
About 250 episodes talking about your past. This is more really focused on the podcast and that kind of stuff. In these I'm going to say 250.
Yeah.
Okay. In these 250 episodes, first of all, can you believe we're still going?
No, honestly, our commitment to this has been pretty impressive. And we're pretty good at quitting things also, or at least I get going on things and I let them go. Over time, I get bored easily. So no, it's actually really amazing. And it does make me feel good that I was an early adopter to blogging and then I let it go. And had I kept that going, we would be in a totally different circumstance right now. I do feel like with the episode, having been here for a couple of years already, most podcasts, the average amount of episodes is 10 for podcasters. So also, like most people listen to the top 1% of podcasts in the world, like they get most of the views, right? But to be somewhere where you've had some longevity and we're still working on getting listeners and that kind of thing, but we have been steadily growing. And I think that means that we're meeting the needs of our group. And we don't want our group necessarily to grow in terms of more people being diagnosed, but we want people who are diagnosed to know that we're out here talking about life with metastatic disease, and not from a real technical standpoint, right? I'm not going to be the one talking about, did you hear about this study or anything like that? But really just how...
There are other podcasts out there that do that.
Yeah.
And they do a great job.
Yeah. But for me, it's really just been, how do I live my life with a really serious disease and still think about the life that I want to live?
So how do you feel about from the first podcast and where we were clueless and just wanted to get some answers out there to a lot of people to where it is now? Is this kind of the product right now? Is this what you like?
I think the challenge for me is always, am I meeting the needs of the people that I'm talking to? And one thing that I have learned in my years of writing and now podcasting is that even though I feel like I may have told the same story a million times, it's still new to somebody else.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways, and I'm an avid podcast listener also. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I realize that for some of the shows that I listen to, they are generally on the same topic all the time. And sometimes it might be 5 tips, and other times it might be something. It's just a different twist on similar information.
It's sometimes just affirmation stuff, right? And when you listen to a podcast, you want that affirmation.
I do. And I just want to go, oh, is there one little thing I can take from this, or what's... So for me, I think the challenge is always, are we giving our listeners what they need? Is it too redundant, or is it too broad, right? Do we stay 100% on cancer, or do we talk about some other things too? Because life for me is more than just cancer, right? Definitely. And do we talk about women's issues? Do we talk about some things that I'm pretty passionate about? Just where do we go with all of this? And I think my heart is always with people who were diagnosed when they were young. And young, I've learned, especially doing interviews this summer, young means different things to different people, right?
Sure.
The older we get, the more we go, oh, that's still young. That's still young. And it is.
Yeah.
But there are definitely real challenges when you didn't even get to start or finish your family before cancer came, or all of these different things. For me, it's always just like, how do I meet the needs of my audience? And am I serving in the way that is helpful?
And I think that's no doubt. In the beginning, we didn't know what we were doing, and clearly we still don't. But B, the goal was to give people hope, right?
Yeah.
And to do that through 250 episodes. Like, I know you've given thousands of women hope because we get responses and we get those types of things. Did you anticipate that, or is that a shock? I don't know.
You know what's funny about that is I think when I started, I was like, I got to give them this information. I got to give them something that's valuable every time. And then I've realized that value comes from the relationship and from watching and doing life with other people,
That's
right?
true.
So the value isn't always in the, oh, I'm telling you, this is what I eat or whatever. It's more in the let's be on this road together and let's talk about the hard things. It's also, I think it's important to be real with you guys. Like, my life is really good, but I haven't felt great in the last 2 months. And it's one of those things where I go, it's not cancer, it's the other stuff, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, health is health. And
But like you said, that other stuff is always worse than other people
yeah,
because of the situations or the way your body is from cancer.
right.
It's never just easy.
So I also really want to acknowledge the challenges, because I think especially with something like metastatic disease, people are very much, but you're okay now, or, but you can go back to work, or you can, and sometimes I just go, no, maybe you can't. And it's okay. With something like metastatic disease, your health always has to be one or two on the list. It can't drop. Like, you can't afford to let it drop.
Right.
So that's what I've been thinking a lot about that lately.
And again, in doing all of these over, how many years has it been?
I think we're just finished this is our third summer that we just did.
Okay. So I feel like for me, this is oftentimes a therapy session, or you don't really think about, for me, I know we're different, but I don't really think about a lot of issues unless we're talking about them. I just think about football and stuff. For me, it's been that way. What's been like the biggest lesson you think you've learned by doing this? And I know that's tough to put you on the spot for that kind of question.
Okay, first I have to say one thing. One of the most valuable things in learning about our relationship years ago, I was like, I always, if I'm thinking about things, I always just assume that you're like really thinking about things too. And it was years ago that you were like, no, just believe me that I'm not. Like, I really am just thinking about football
Or nothing.
or nothing. I was like,
Or there's a crack right there. I wonder.
yeah, like relationship tips. Just because your brain is spinning doesn't mean that your partner's brain is spinning.
That is true.
What have I learned from doing this?
Yeah. So what lesson or what thing have you learned by doing this? Because I feel like I've learned a lot of things.
Oh, I'll be curious to hear what you have to say. I think for me, I continue to learn that my experience is helpful and valuable to other people. I think I've spent a lot of time in my life not wanting to be like an imposter, not wanting to like, I'm not an expert,
Yeah.
But the fact is, when you've done something for as long as I have, I think it's okay to say, in my experience, this is what I have learned. And I really enjoy this format of being able to reach people. I love the fact that people literally can find my podcast when they're diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted from the very beginning.
Right,
Was
that
like,
was the goal.
instant information when you go home and Google, even though I don't want you to, for something of hope to come forward for you. That's my
an answer to do instead of not to do on certain
situations. Yeah. So that's my biggest thing with it, I think.
Okay. So of those people who definitely have got in touch with you, have give us responses, got a hold of you, that kind of thing, is there someone or some of one of those? And I know they come in a million different ways. That's why I'm having trouble just saying specifically. But is there something that you remember that have touched you the most or been impactful in that? Maybe I know a lot of people comment that they're so happy you're doing this.
No, it's always impactful, even from strangers that I know I'll never meet, who I recently, somebody just said, this is my therapy. Wow, what an honor, but also, whew, I'm not a qualified therapist. Again, that's the right? Yeah. I'll be your friend through this, like that kind of thing. That's a huge honor. And yeah, just to be able to talk about real topics with people has, and hearing them say that resonates with me too. I always have felt very strongly that I want to say the things that people are scared to say. And that's just who I am as a person. I do want to talk about the hard subjects and acknowledge them rather than shove them under the rug.
And metastatic cancer is such an isolating thing.
It is.
When you can hear somebody else say what you were thinking. And I'm not talking about surgery or whatever. I'm talking about, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one that thought that.
Yeah, and so many things from the start of always thinking you should be grateful. Of course we're grateful, but we're also sad and angry and all of these things. Yeah. It's like there's a lot to that. And I'll be honest too, there's been some people that we are friends with who have reached out to me, and that's also very humbling. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're listening to our podcast. Yeah. But also
because they're secret listeners.
They are secret listeners. But it is, again, it's an honor that you choose to spend your time with us.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite episode?
I don't think I have a favorite episode. I will say one thing. I don't very often refer people back to episode 1 because 1 and 2 talk about our diagnosis, but we just were such babies at doing this that we're like, oh. So like I will send somebody to a recap episode. Oh. I think those are where I generally send people. I think hands down, people's favorite episodes have been both with the survivors, but also with Dr. Mariver. And that, again, is a challenge for me to continue to get people on here that you want to hear from. Yeah. I just am, and again, because we're growing, I actually am starting to get emails like, hey, this person would like to be on your podcast, but I'm so protective. I don't want to bring people on who are going to tell you a bunch of jibber jabber or are going to send you down a road that, I just don't want it to feel salesy at all. And
this is your podcast.
And this is my podcast, but I also, Dr. Mariver's a busy woman and I can't have her on all the time. But so there's probably a handful of doctors that I'd be like, yes, I would love to have these people on. And I've actually thought about asking my doctor who does my oral surgery stuff. He's an amazing guy, just to come on too. But for that, it's like those kind of things, those things matter to me in terms of having guests. Other episodes, it just depends. I think sometimes I like a list of 5 things to do, and other times just being able to be real, I think, with everybody. I'm glad that we've talked about things, and I think some things that we need to probably revisit, we haven't, is we've talked about intimacy and sex. We need to, again, these are things that are probably buried way back there.
Probably.
And what do we bring forward? Because in living well with cancer, it is everything. And it's not just, oh, your body's working. Go on with your life.
I know in the beginning, we even struggled with, what do we call this? I think we had some different ideas or whatever. And then it popped of course, it's I'm Still Here.
Yeah.
Does I'm Still Here mean anything different from 3 years ago to you?
I don't think it means anything different. I think what it does also say to me, though, is that it is cyclical. And again, like you can still be here and be in a valley, and you can still be here and be on a high spot, right, in life.
Yeah.
So I'm still here means you're still traveling the road, and it's not all, life is full of ups and downs.
So if we were to still be doing this 3 years from now, what would it be? What would be different? If you could.
Yeah, I think
You can. I almost said if you could make that, and you clearly can.
I think there's another kind of mantra saying that has really resonated with me for a long time. And I talked about it once, but I don't talk about it a ton, but it's wish yourself well. And so for me, I don't ever want somebody to feel like they aren't doing something that they should be doing. But I also feel very strongly in the power of what we think about. And on the back end of that, it's become so clear to me that I truly believed that something bad was going to happen to me. Like that I was going to be like that I deserved it.
Yeah, you're being punished.
That I would be punished. And the power of that, what you're telling yourself and you're telling or you're being told and therefore you absorb is just crazy. So there is so much to me about like how do I on a daily basis wish myself well? How do I set myself up to go, I don't care what you think. This is what I know is best for me also. Mm-hmm. Or it's a myriad of things, but I think about it often.
Do you have specific guests in mind that you would like to have on the show? Like your dream guests?
I don't know. Not really. I will say I am going to San Antonio, the big breast cancer symposium in December, and I will definitely be on the lookout for connections and guests at that point because there's going to be tons of doctors there, but tons of just people involved in breast cancer in general. So I would like to make some more connections with that. Yeah, if I was going to put somebody out right now, it would be Katie Thurston. I'd love to have her on. Katie. Oh, Katie.
People, get a hold of her. I don't even know who she is.
But Katie is...
Sorry, Katie.
Katie
that was probably not good to say.
Katie her husband is a comedian, so she'll get laugh also.
I know who it is. Yeah.
Okay. But Katie stands on her own merit very well, and she is doing so much to help people understand what metastatic breast cancer is and how it is affecting young women. She was able to do to save her eggs and prior all of these things that are they're huge issues. And I really appreciate that she's giving a voice to women with metastatic disease.
Let's go, Katie. You're up. What about if I don't know if we do. I'm sure they've long bailed. But if we did have listeners from the beginning that have stayed with this show through 3 years, what would you say to them?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're still here.
I bet there might be some.
So if you are still here 3 years later, I would love to know what brings you back.
Me too. But they don't talk. They're the silent listeners.
If you aren't,
message her.
You can message me. I do. Yes, please message me.
Even if you've been around for over a year.
Yeah. What brings you back? That's the question, is what brings you back and why?
What is wrong with you? Jeez.
Yeah. What?
No, I was just being funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to get yelled at again for being mean. That's what I just went through my head.
You guys have traumatized him. I love it. It's funny.
I feel bad for joking now because I am very... if you've watched any of these,
he's so sarcastic.
Oh, I am. And I shouldn't be in certain times. And this is probably one of them that I shouldn't be, but it's just part of my personality. And some people don't get that. And I apologize.
But I will say that your personality and sarcasm has gotten us through a lot of really terrible times. Yeah. So, hey, he can handle being thrown up on. So you guys, you got to handle a little bit of sarcasm coming back, right?
So I think I covered all of the questions that I have
Yeah.
because different than the other interviews, obviously, I don't need to learn about your past, and that's we're going to be going forward. I'm sure revisiting a lot of those things in the near future. So yeah, this is more about where we are right now. Let's just say at the halfway point of this podcast or wherever it heads.
You're only giving it 3 more years?
Then we'll revisit that. But no, it's been really good for me too. I enjoy it. Look forward to the discussions we have because, like I said, I do learn stuff. And I'm not talking about learning, oh, you had chemo? Not that.
No.
It's more your insights on those things that honestly we just didn't share back then. And I know some of it is looking back 26 years, you don't exactly remember everything. I don't remember everything. And I wasn't even a part. I wasn't in the room sometimes for some of those things. And I've learned a lot of that. And that's good. And not only that, I've reaffirmed how I think about you in your mindset on those things, and that I knew that already about you. You put a spin on that or a different perspective or explain it a different way, and I've learned that. It's been good.
Good.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I would like to do more of is I'd like to talk to more caregivers. I'd like you to talk to more caregivers.
Yeah.
I don't know how that comes about exactly, but I think it's, especially in doing like the Little Pink retreats and stuff, caregivers have such a important role, and I think they were like, I don't know how to take care of myself also, or I don't know how to do all of this.
Especially as a young one.
Yeah. Nothing makes me happier at retreats than seeing usually guys, partners, be able to get together
retreats.
and go, just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Not have to explain themselves, not have to walk through those mucky situations where your friends all love you and whatever, but don't know what to say. Just to be, it's always nice to be in a room where somebody knows, what you're going through. So I definitely would like to do more caregiver stuff also. But yeah. So here we are, September.
Fall leaves are turning here in Michigan.
Oh my goodness, it's so depressing.
It's awesome. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna get a couple more warm days before yeah. My husband is already ready to put like the flannel sheets on her bed.
Waiting for the green light.
I'm sure the marketing was specifically to me, but like a chill pad that you can put on your bed. And I was like, okay, we can put the warm sheets on and I could do like a chill pad on my side. Whatever. Life with metastatic disease. All right, you guys, comments. You can also comment on Apple and Spotify. You could leave a review. Those really help.
I never do. I should.
You should.
Because I do like a few podcasts and
reviews really help so that because they'll start sharing it, they'll show it to more people
I think it's the same on YouTube.
Yeah.
The reviews, which you guys don't do.
I'm not as great about putting things on YouTube always.
Yep.
We'll be more faithful.
Shoot us a message.
Yeah.
Anonymously, whatever. Just input is really important because we're talking to a screen right now. We don't know how you guys are feeling.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Thanks so much for being a part of our community. It means the world to us. Our goal is always to help as many people as possible live well with cancer. You can help us by subscribing and sharing episodes when you hear of others that could benefit from it. We really appreciate your time spent with us and your commitment to offering hope and inspiration to others.